Wanted. Murk Deep. Attention, a reward is being offered for the death of the Murloc Murk Deep. This foul beast is known to be responsible for the death of at least one sentinel and is suspected of causing the sinking of the last 2 cargo vessels in the waters of Darkshore. Murk Deep was last spotted at a hutted Murloc camp south of Aberdeen and is thought to be protecting the huts there. Reward claims for the bounty should be claimed with Sentinel Linda Nalshia in Aberdeen, the Aberdeen Village Council. Cave mushrooms. I'm devising a potion that requires rare mushrooms. Mushrooms that grow only in a certain cave. The cave lies behind Cliff Spring Falls, to the east and slightly north along the mountains. I would go there myself, but I was advised by the Grove of the Ancients to stay away from that place. Our vulnerable allies sense that the cave is the hiding place for a new evil in Darkshore. Please, Lunafell, gather the mushrooms for me, and while doing so, scout the cave to confirm the ancients' fears.
Good luck, friend. Guide you.
This is terrible news indeed, Lunafell. With the Furbolgs this close to Aberdeen, we will have to prepare ourselves for the inevitable. Thank you. You've already proven adept at scouting our enemy, Lunafell. Do you have what it takes to fight them as well? Not all adventurers prefer straightforward combat to the art of stealth and evasion. If you think you're up to the task, then the Furbolg camp south of Aberdeen is currently the biggest threat to our people. You'll find some of the Blackwood tribe there. Kill 8 Pathfinders, 5 Windwalkers, and return to me here.
Go in peace.
Tundris Windweaver.
Farewell.
Your scouting of the Furbolg camp is information that Thundress Windweaver should be made aware of. He graciously serves as the elder of Aberdeen, offering sage and just stewardship of the day-to-day affairs of the village. Please share with him your findings to date on the Furbolg situation. I believe he has some ideas of his own on the reason behind their corruption. Perhaps you can work with him to enact a plan to restore the balance of nature here. We will do so.
May the stars guide
Well
you.
met, Warlock. Your scouting of the Furbolg situation comes at a fortuitous time for us in Aberdeen. For some time we have dealt with not only forest dwellers who are now openly hostile to our presence, but also the outright corruption of the forest itself. Hopefully you might be able to lend Aberdeen aid during these troubling times. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're good. The Cliff Spring River. The Cliff Spring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. Prime! 100 months. Thank you so much. That is a very, very big number. Thank you so much, Prime. How are you doing? Yeah, Prime is a OG here. He's been around since I first started streaming in 2017-ish. You're good. Finally got a chance to take some time off work. Amazing. I'm glad you're good. Right. The Cliff Spring River. The Cliff Spring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. It empties into the mist's edge, and I fear the wash will affect Orbidean soon. I suspect Blackwood firbolgs up the river are the cause of the taint, but I also suspect that they aren't the true root of it. Take this sampling tube and go to the mouth of the river to our north. Proceed inland to the first waterfall and draw a sample from the pool there. You'll see a bridge overhead. Once you have the sample, return to me in Orbidean.
Go in peace.
Lunafell, my mistress Renee Wolfrunner, awaits you in the city of Astronar, within Ashenvale. With your help, perhaps we can at least ease some of the corruption that's taken hold there. Head south from here and stay close to the road. You'll find your way there without issue if you follow those directions.
Goddess watch over you.
You haven't played it yet, but it looks very cute. That's awesome. Let's make our way through. So we want to go over to the red crystal and then we'll head up. Maybe we can get to level 19 or 20 today. Oops. Turning caps lock on. That was silly. There we are. We do need to get some more soul shards. So let's try and do that. So that we can make a health stone. There we go, we've got 2. There we go. I need to remember how to warlock. I've been playing my priest. There we go. And there's the red crystal. And for any herbalisms, alchemists that are playing, there's always an earth root here that's kind of hidden. Oh, I didn't loot that one. Oops. There we are. We'll make our way back to the road and head up towards Bashmaran. Okay, we'll head up here. Oops. And we'll probably grab a rabbit thistle bear while we're there. Hey, Trash Panda. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, is there a rabbit thistle bear in the vicinity? There are normal bears. We would like a rabbit thistle bear, and they are grey-ish. There you go. There's one. And the normal bears are more brown. There is one stuck in a tree. There we are. So normally you'd want to take him straight back to town, but you don't have to. Hey, the Torels. How you doing? You okay? You didn't get any sleep last night? Oh no. So you're a bit zombified. Hopefully some food will help. Are you able to nap? But yeah, you don't have to take him straight back. He'll just disappear at some point. But the quest will still complete. Yeah, it might. Trash Panda. You love watching WoW? I consume a lot of WoW content as well. But welcome in. You must have been something about last night. You kept waking up. Oh no. It's not a full moon, so it wasn't that. It could have been atmospheric pressure. Okay, Bashnaran. To what could I possibly owe the exceedingly special honour of a human such as yourself as company? Truly it says much for my current companions. With no offence to my hosts, the noble growls and satyrs that your presence could be considered an improvement. But please do not let my uncivil tongue drive you from the place. It has indeed been many years, decades even, since I had civil accompaniment. That was a hard word for my brain to compute there. You're also experiencing the joys of yes, sertraline in warm weather isn't the best. Make sure you drink plenty of water. If I were to relate the story of my life, I have no doubt it would surpass the limits of your patience. Let us say that mine has been a long and painful life, and this spectral form is perhaps the worst torment of all. I am held here by the means of magic. Though my words may seem disingenuous, I assure you I would be grateful beyond words if you would help me find the means of my imprisonment. A seal binds me, and by examining the earpieces of the sprites and growls, I may find a trace of it. And let's collect some earrings. Nice, we've got one. Yeah, we can party. Oh, why not?
Hello.
Oh, they're level 12. Mail. Help the newbie. They got their voidy boy out. Agreed on that. I mean, if any of you are playing and around the same level, and you want a group, just let me know. Sorry guys, I've got something in my throat. Yeah, I didn't think he would get much XP. Hey Dexy. Oh. My hay fever is not great. Jeez, I keep coughing. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice. Yeah, so if you group with someone that is like a fair few levels above you, or below you, whoever, I think both of you actually, you don't get much XP because Blizzard have nerfed boosting, so even a slight bit like level gap will reduce XP. It's quite nice to see there's a fair few people here. Not everyone's off in the Outlands. How many earrings have we got? We've only got 3. Now we have 4. The main reason I'm doing this quest is for the linen, because it won't give us much, if any, XP. Night Raven! I'm good, thank you. How are you? I think Darko's soul is questioning my sanity. You're good, I'm glad, Night Raven. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, normally you wouldn't do grey quests because they do little to no XP. But since we're doing a lore run, I didn't want to miss any quests. And in all honesty, it's very good for linen because they're humanoids. So it really doesn't bother me doing grey quests. Especially while streaming, because it just makes it more chill. Because I'm not going to go into concentration mode because the fight's going to be hard. I can just chill out. No worries, dragon. Happy lurking. I hope you have a wonderful day too. Right, we only need one more earring. Oh, I'm out of mana. But why isn't she casting spells? No mana. That's fine, we'll just wander for a bit. What'd you get up to over the weekend, Night Raven? Right, let's hand this in. Once I have the earrings, I will cast a spell to search for the whereabouts of the seal that binds me. For centuries, I have thought on the freedom destroying the seal would bring to me. Perhaps those centuries have taken a toll upon my mind that I might never recover. You just worked as usual? Yeah, I don't tend to do much on a weekend. There's too many people outside. Indeed, the growls of Bashloran do not possess that which I am searching. However, they have come into contact with it recently. I'd reckon that by your time, not mine. Recent for me stretches into the veil of the past, almost another age. If the Grails have come into close contact with the seal that binds my eternal prison, I suspect I know the cause. No doubt the seal has come into possession of the satyr that lead them. I feel strongly that this must be true, Lunafell. One of the satyr must surely possess it. If you can obtain it, you would bring me so close to passing the bars of my prison that tears would come to my eyes. Of course I don't mind. Saturday, I chilled out, played some games, and then went to a barbecue with some family. And then Sunday, played some games, and then I played D&D. And then went to bed. And now we're here. It was a very nice, chill weekend. Alright, that guy doesn't have the seal, that's fine. On to the next. I think all the satyrs are dead. There is a guy. Hopefully he has the seal. Nope. I am surprised to see the amount of people around. It's nice. It just means it's going to take us a little while. Oh, there's a satyr. Let's grab him. And keep your fingers crossed. Nope. Sometimes I get it on my first, and then sometimes it takes a while. sounds? Are they still quiet enough? We just want the satyrs. Maybe this guy will spawn back in soon. It's been a while since I've seen it this busy. Any more guys? Nobody. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, he can still shoot through that? That's rude. Right, keep your fingers crossed that he has what we need. I feel like the combat sounds may need to come down. Yes! We got it. Oh, I can't get out that way. I'm just killing the minimum I need to get back, as it is quite busy. I don't want to take any kills from anyone else, so I'll just give these guys a wide berth. And then we can hand in our quest. The pillars of the shrine are as the bars of a prison to me. Lunafell, no strength I still possess might break them, and no magic I wield might destroy them. For 1,000 years and more I have stared at them, wondering if at last I outlived even the stone. Would I be free, or would it be invisible bars that held me then? It is hard for me to even believe that what I hold now is that which has held me for so long. Let us waste no time, Lunafell. When the seal is destroyed, I might walk the forests of the earth freely again. It was the craft of one of the most powerful of the Highborn that created the seal that formed my prison. In Ameth Aran, the ruins to the south that are twin to these persist even today, an ancient flame, blue in color. In this flame the seal could be destroyed. Be wary in the ruins, Lunafell. Right. that is that. We'll go get the sample, because that'll be fairly easy to do. Oh, there's a secret jar over here as well that we can go and get. And there it is. I wonder if we can just... Yeah, they've increased the distance. Used to have to get up right in there. The remains of a giant thresher, much larger than one you'd seen much larger than one you'd expect to find in Darkshore, lie beached on the coast of Misedged. How this creature came to be here is unknown. The group of murlocs that now feast off the carcass of it seem to be much too weak, even in large numbers, to have brought down the beast. While some of it has been picked clean, enough of it remains to take a sample back to Gwyneth in Albadine. Oops. We hung around too long. The curse of reading quests. Oh, a little guy might die. Keep draining. There we go. Right. Let's resummon our little guy. And do we have any gear that we could potentially put on? Oh, there we are, we'll pop that one on. Okay. Right, we'll head up the beach and head up to this area, and we'll do the beach sea turtle remains. We'll grab the sample, and then the last, up this end anyway, remains that we can get. We won't do the lockbox just yet. We want to get all of the green and the grey quests done before we move on to the yellow. Can we turn the combat down any further? Not really. Turn that down to 60 and see if that's any better. Okay. Murlocs are a good thing to use Curse of Recklessness on so they don't run away and potentially pull others. Oh, I can't walk away. Okay. More sea turtle remains lie beached along the coastline. This particular set has an abandoned carriage attached to the turtle's shell. Perhaps this creature was driven to the shoreline by unknown beings rather than beached itself. As some of the other remains suggest, grey mist murlocs now make the remains of this creature their home, feasting off the carrion. In this carriage you find a box with strange markings on it. Perhaps Gwyneth in Orbadine can make sense of it. And then we'll keep heading up. We'll get the sample and then the last beached sea creature along this shoreline. And here we are. And what we'll do is head to the waterfall, and then we can just click on the tube, get our sample, and then we'll head out and go and get the next lot of creature remains. And there they are. No murlocs around this one. The skeletal remains of a sea turtle lie in the sand of the northern Darkshore beaches. The grey mist murlocs have either not found this carcass, or perhaps they have and are shying away from it for some unknown reason. Regardless, there is enough of the turtle left to take a sample back to Gwyneth in Orbadine for the Temple of the Moon to study. And there we are. Then we'll head and hand in and pick back up the Tower of Athalax, but we won't do the quest yet. We'll do that one later, because we'll be back up here to kill the rabid thistle bears and things as well. Orbadine is very much run up and down for your leveling. Thank you, kind. Oh no, that wasn't him. Oh, that was a different priest.
Hello.
Here we are. Alyssa sent you? Then it is good tidings you bring. I have troubling news to report to her, and no means with which to deliver it.
Farewell.
A group of warlocks has taken up residence around and inside the tower. I would have returned to Orbadine to report to Alyssa earlier, but I was afraid that I might miss something while I was away. Dahlgren suspects such a company might be gathering at the tower, but did not know why. A few scraps of parchment that the warlocks carry have found their way to my hands, but I need more to complete the puzzle. I warn you not to venture into the tower, however the warlocks there are much more powerful.
Goodbye.
So yeah, when you're doing this quest, unless you are sort of level 20 plus, don't go inside the tower. In normal classic, I think there's an elite in there, but in TBC I doubt it's an elite anymore. But they are much higher level than the guys that are around the outside. And now we will wander back. We can do a hand in and then wander down this way. And again, if anything's too loud, let me know. Not too much further to go, but at least it's a nice scenic walk. And we do need to sell as well. And get rid of some of this stuff. Oops. In our inventory. And then we'll hand in. We may ding level 19 while we're here, which would be nice. And we're almost back to town. I'm hoping soon we can make some new clothes for ourselves, maybe, with our tailoring. See if we can make anything that looks a little nicer than these robes. You know, a little bit more warlocky. Keep those vibes, rather than kind of looking a bit more farmer adjacent. But let's go hand in some quests, empty our bags, and see if there's any others for us to pick up.
What brings you here?
Plagued
Good luck,
lands.
friend.
Our work has only just begun, Lunafell. Are you prepared for your next task?
Be careful.
As I had feared, the cure does not work. It saddens me greatly to order the death of any nature. It saddens me greatly to order the death of any of nature's beasts, but the sick and tainted thistlebears must be put down. Return to the forest and destroy 20 rabid thistlebears, Lunafell. It will most certainly not put a stop to the plague, but it will slow down the damage the animals are doing to our forests and its inhabitants for a short time.
May the stars guide you.
We got buffed. We don't want that one. Let's go see Thunderous Windweaver. And we can sell while we're here.
What can I get for you today?
And we
Be
will
good.
speak to
Great to meet you.
the blacksmith supplies to repair our goods. Repair our armor. We don't need that. Does that really auction for 2 gold? I doubt it. We'll probably disenchant it instead. We don't need Tiger's Eye. That's a quest item. Okay, let's disenchant some things. I doubt that sells for 2 gold. Because we do need to level up our enchanting and get some more materials. And then there we are.
Safe travels.
Then we'll go hand in. I think the dialogue is a little loud, isn't it? Options, audio. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we are. Thunderous. The Cliff Spring River. The pollution of the Cliff Spring River is but the start of an alarming trend here in Darkshore. The sample you provide will help us formalize a plan of attack. I'm starting to suspect.
Good luck, friend.
It's no surprise how tainted this water is, but excuse me. My throat is not having it this afternoon. Hey Ruby, how you doing? Go follow Ruby, if you don't already. You won't regret it, I promise. How are you, Han? Baladin. How are you? You are absolutely correct, Ice. You're good? I'm glad I'm good, thank you. Okay. Let's try this again. It's no surprise how tainted this water is. But just look at how putrid it's becoming. It would seem that action is needed sooner rather than later. Hey, Lunafell. To our east is Felwood. It is the real source of this corruption, one that I have seen in times past. I predict this sample will confirm this. We might be able to enact a cure for it here, but in order to even try, we will need assistance. When that time comes, Lunafell, I hope you'll be able to give the aid we need.
May the stars guide you.
You're gonna turn Danish. The Blackwood corruption.
Go in peace.
We've learned that a source of the Firbolg corruption is from the Satyr. They hold sway via talismans that they channel magic through. The Firbolg have a chance at salvation. We must lure out the Satyr corruptor and take that talisman. Fill this bowl at our moonwell and take samples of the Firbolg's food from their northern camp. Mix them and place it near the bonfire by the river. Any Firbolgs who eat will be cleansed just long enough to lure out the Satyr corruptor, who then you must slay. There we are. How was your weekend, guys? I hope there was much relaxing, much rest. Let's fill up our bowl. The red crystal. So the crystal exists, Lunafell. Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? Of questions. Another question that comes to mind is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine the crystal closely to get some answers. Use this empty vial and fill up on some moonwell water here in Albadine. Such a potent magic could provide a clue as to the composition of the crystal. To do that, you'll pour the liquid over the crystal. It should take care of the rest. While I don't anticipate anything bad happening to you, I still want you to be careful. Above us to the east is Felwood. If that crystal is tied to that place, as I suspect it is, then it could prove to be very dangerous. So the one joy I'm really getting out of reading these quests that I have never read before, and I've played this game, and especially the Night Elf areas, a lot, is I never knew they referenced Felwood this early on, and it's so interesting that they do, because Felwood is right up here and you don't tend to go to it until late game, and you head there around level 50, and it's a vibe. Like, all of the kind of elf areas are a vibe, and it's so interesting to see these little tidbits that are dropped so early on for places that we won't get to until level 50. Okay, let's hand in the sea turtle remains.
May the stars.
Perhaps one day we'll find means to prevent these poor creatures from ending their lives needlessly on the coast of Darkshore. Until then, we must continue our research.
Go in peace.
Another discovery. Well done, Lunafell. These remains will be properly studied once they get to Darnassus. Please accept this small honorarium in exchange for the remains you've provided for our study.
Illume like your
Once again, I think this says the same. It's been a pleasure to see you again, Lunafell. We're making great strides to uncover the mystery of why these majestic creatures beach themselves on the Darkshore coastline. But with every question answered, 2 more arise, it seems.
goddess watch over.
I have heard of these kinds of carriages found on the back of the turtle you found. Those, I do believe, are Naga carriages, used both in battle and in transportation of their supplies onto land. The markings on the box you found are of the Naga. These would explain their invasive presence in far northern Darkshore. I will send this box to Darnassus along with the rest of your discoveries. This is for you. Thank you again for your assistance. And one more.
Go in peace.
Hello once again, Lunafell. Have you found any more beach sea creatures that the Temple of the Moon should know about?
Illume like your
It is interesting that Murlocs are not present at this site. We will keep this in mind as we study the creature's remains. Thank you for your effort, Lunafell. The Temple of the Moon would like me to give you this as compensation for your time.
shaft and
My throat seems to be playing havoc with me at the moment, which isn't ideal. Day, which means we can put another point into, I think, increases the armor transferred by, no, I think we increase the intellect of our minions, which will help us out. We'll do that. And we are level 19. We've still got a full bar of rested XP. Which is really nice, so it means that on mob kills we'll get basically double XP, and then it doesn't count towards quests XP, but that's fine. We're about to do a few kill quests and things anyway. So it's perfect timing. It definitely helps the leveling process that we only play once a week, because we always end up with a max amount of rested XP. Which just helps our journey. Hopefully we can get up here with no stress. We'll pull the water on. The crystal looks very alien against the wooded scenery of Darkshore. You think you hear a very slight humming coming from deep within. You've made it once more to the mysterious crystal, removing the stopper on the tube of Moonwell water. You gingerly pour the contents over the top of the crystal. As the water cascades down, it lattices. You see an opaque surface turn transparent. The Moonwell water has revealed embedded inside the crystal are a few small fragments of bone, as well as half of a jawbone. The jawbone appears to be from a humanoid, but it is unclear without breaking open the crystal, a feat that even the strongest of magic would find near impossible. With the task at hand complete, all that remains is to report back to Sentinel Grider in Orbadine. Hey Ultraman, how are you doing? We want to head back to the road and kind of down towards where we're going to do the tools of the Highborn Relic and destroying the seal of Bashlaran. Where's the easiest way down? Don't mind me. And the joys of being a higher level, running around sort of level 13 and things, is the aggro radius is much smaller, so I can generally run through without aggroing too much. So we do need to kill some guys there. Someone's there at the moment, so we'll just continue down and we'll come back to it. Well, unless things are starting to respawn and it's a kill quest, so we could potentially group up, or they should be nearly done maybe. We're in a whirlwind. There we go. Oops. I accidentally moved. There we go. Oh, they're already dead. We'll nip around the outskirts and we'll get these guys. liking bad progress at all. If we head back this way, there may be some respawns. This will be our last wind talker that we need. Now we just need pathfinders, but we're gonna have to fight our way through kind of everybody anyway. These all, oh, there's a pathfinder. Let's head up this way and try and avoid that guy and just get the pathfinders. You're doing good? I'm glad. I'm good. Not feeling very violent today. Very chill. Oh, can we get up here? Oops, there we go. That's 6. So we just need 2 more. We'll head back this way and get those respawns. That's a Windtalker, Windtalker, Windtalker. The guy in the middle. Let's, Oh, we've aggroed 2 of them. We should be okay, hopefully. And there we go, that was the 2 we needed. We can leave these guys to the others and get out of their way and head over and do the highborn relics and destroying this ancient seal. I kind of miss being a night elf, I'm not gonna lie. I always find it, like, it's one of those things, like, I understand in WoW.
What brings you here?
We might as well do this while we're here, it'll be another great quest. To the east you will find the ruins of Amath Aran. It is now inhabited by restless spirits of the highborn that once dwelt within its walls. But once it was a place where the servants of Ashara freely practiced their powerful magics. I was sent to explore the ruins and came across 2 large tablets scrawled with the stories of a Metharan and its fall. While I read the runes, I was accosted by the spirits and fled. Please, if you can, venture to the ruins and decipher the tablets in my place.
Good luck, friend.
Of course. We will do so. Now we need to keep an eye out for Anya. She is, I believe, a yellow mob. And she kind of wanders. We want to head to destroy the seal. Keep an eye out for her. If we can group up for it, we will. But we can destroy the seal here. There we are. And then we just need to keep an eye out for Anya while we kill the other highborn ghosties. Hopefully we don't get any respawns while we're reading this. Oh, I can't read that anyway. Cool. We will never know what they said. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And hopefully if we see her, even if someone else tags Anya before we get the chance to, hopefully they'll invite us to a group. If they're decent human beings, of course. There we are, more ancient text that we cannot read. Hopefully it won't take us too long to find Anya. Hopefully. But it can be a bit of a pain. If I put in maybe general chat, anyone want to group for? And then what I can do is if I shift click, then it'll put the quest in. There we go. Someone's invited me. Nice. It's not you. It's not you. Slash me. Hello. There's probably a few people looking for her. There normally is. She's normally somewhere. I see her. Cool. Oh. A very nice druid. Let's try and pull one of them off of him. Very nice druid. Thank you.
How generous.
Very nice human being. Have I got anything I can give you? I don't think I do. You do. Then we'll leave party. There we go. And now we just need to get the relics. That was nice and easy. She can take a while to respawn, so she can be a bit of a pain in the bum. Unless they've upped it in TBC, but I don't think... Well, I'm not sure. I haven't done the leveling over here since we switched to TBC, I don't think. I might have. I must have. Dagkin pulling all the aggro. He's a good little minion. I hate when they decide to be like immune. It's like, bro, stop. This is not correct etiquette. I do not need your ghostly form inside of me. That sounds a bit wrong. How many more do we need? We're 5 out of 7. Nice, and we got a scroll of protection, which we will use. Try and keep our bags empty. The good thing about a lot of these quests is they do drop some good linen. So we'll be able to do a little bit more tailoring, which is always amazing. I do love my professions. There we go. We're still at 5 out of 7. I'm not having a very good drop rate on these guys. No worries, Batlad. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great day. Well, there we go. We finally got another one. If I see Anya while we're here again, I will let people know in the general chat, just out of courtesy. Oh, there we go. We are done. Oh, her body has disappeared, so she might be respawning soon. How are my bags looking? A little tight. Let's kill a few bears while we're here. And then we can go hand in all of these questy quests. 1 out of 20 is going to take us a long while to get through all of the bears. But luckily they're at the top and the bottom of the map. So kind of no matter where we go, we'll be able to, what's the word? Work on that quest. Right, let's hand this in. We have a few records from the time around the War of the Ancients, especially near the destruction of the Well of Eternity. Given the upheaval and the cataclysmic events that were taking place, it's no big surprise. Thank you, Lunafell. With your help, my work here is finished, and I will be able to deliver a full report to the Circle. Oh, is she working with the Cenarian Circle? I wonder. Sorry if you can hear the neighbour's dog. I do try and keep a balance between not hearing outside sounds and ASMR. It can be a little difficult. Well, it was fine until next door got a dog and chose not to train it. I don't have an issue with dogs, animal lover. And my neighbours just kind of choose not to train their dog and instead shout at it when it barks, which causes more barking. One day I will live in the middle of nowhere and we will do some ASMR streams and art ASMR streams in the garden, in the sun, where we can listen to the birds and the wind, and it will be so peaceful. It's one of my dreams. Have no neighbours. Or at least the neighbours are a fair few miles away so you can't hear them. Alright, let's get these handed in. And then I want to do some tailoring as well.
Peace.
How big a threat? Wash the blood from your garments, Lunafell, and do not mourn what you had to do. Instead, give thanks. You have lessened the threat to our people here in Albadine, even if Darkshore is still in jeopardy from the effects of Felmos.
Go in peace.
Lunafell, I've come to find out how rampant the effects of Felmos are throughout Darkshore. The corruption of Teldrassil and the surrounding lands really concerns the druids of the Cenarian Circle and all night elves. It is my goal to find out why this has happened and to put an end to it. A lost master. Lunafell, your skills have already helped me in my endeavour. Could I impose on you again to help Grimclaw and his master, Volcor? In addition, I can craft you a magical cloak that will allow you to walk unhindered by Darkshore creatures while you look for him. To create the cloak, I need 5 fine Moonstalker pelts from the Moonstalker sires or matriarchs to have enough materials. The cats can be found near Wild Bend River to the south, or even farther south near Ashen Vale. Yes, sir. We shall do so.
I am on
Tools of the Highborn.
farewell.
If only the tools of their undoing could have been destroyed in the cataclysm that destroyed our world. Nonetheless, we must do what we can to ensure that the horrors of our past are not repeated in the future.
May the stars guide
Though it is surely a fragment of my imagination, I feel as though I can almost feel the taint of foul highborn magic upon them. I will have these destroyed so that their long dormant evil might never be released again.
you. Del Nadris.
Have we received anything that is an upgrade? Nope. 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 Oh, we can disenchant that though. No, no more upgrades. Such a shame. Hopefully we might be able to craft some. I can hope. I like being able to make my own things. That's why I really enjoy the professions. The fragments within. Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Albadine. Perhaps they'll know a course of action to follow on the crystal. Well, that is if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be out of harm's way. As for you, please have this. Consider it a reward for a job well done. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Let's see, so this one is an upgrade. We do lose some spirit. Sword wise, it's just 1 stamina. So I think it's the staff. We gain intellect, we do lose some spirit. It'll help our affliction spells. It's not the best option, but it will do. Okay, and then we just need to hand in to the poor guy on this dock and let him know about his poor missus.
Hello.
With a great sorrow in my heart, I followed the Shandu storm rage into hibernation and took my sorrow to my dreams, sleeping for the passing of thousands of years. Thank you, Lunafal. Perhaps it would have been better if I had done it myself, but even after these thousands of years, I could not bear to raise my hand against my beloved. Please, I would be alone with my grief.
Goddess, watch over you.
And he talks to her and has a bit of a cry. Let's head over to Darnassus real quick. I want to get some more of these things out of my inventory.
I am honored.
We don't want those. I can disenchant that. Disenchant. We don't want a banana. There we go. And we can disenchant those. And then maybe we can do some enchanting and a bit of tailoring. We've got a nice amount of linen.
What brings you here?
So let's head over to Rathuran village and into Darnassus and see what we can make. I don't know if I need to see any of my trainers. Not really. So technically to level now we'll be making the kilts. But that's not for us. That loses 2 armor. These shoes would be an upgrade for us. We do need 2 light leather. I can't remember if I sent myself some. I might have to send myself 2 light leather if I haven't already. Because then we can make ourselves some new boots. That'd help us out a lot because our current boots don't have any stats. So these are a big upgrade for us. Apart from that, there isn't really much right now that we can make. So let's run our little butts. Oops, not off of the edge. Into Darnassus. And we can go do some of our professions. I'm going to check Nessa
I'm listening.
for a strong fishing pole, which she doesn't have, which is fine, because we've got the bubble clamp pole. But at some point it'd be nice to have the strong pole from her, or eventually the guy that we got the fishing book from in Booty Bay. He sometimes has one too. So let's check my bank to see if I have sent myself some light leather. I'm hoping past me has sent myself some. Yes. Let's give myself 2. Pop those there. We don't need the bolts of wool just yet. So let's make 28 bolts of linen cloth. And then we can make ourselves some new boots, which will be really nice. Super handy. And then we could do some enchanting. Although we don't have any strange dust. which is an issue. Why don't we have any strange dust? There's normally like a copious amount of strange dust. So we might not be able to really do, or it just might not be worth really doing any enchants if we don't get any strange dust. 8 more to go, and then we can do ourselves some boots, and we'll make some simple kilts as well as a level up, well, 2 level up, should I say. And then hopefully we'll start getting wool soon, and then we can upgrade these 6 slot bags we still have. Give me the coarse thread as well. Okay, let's head over to where the tailoring trainer is, so then we can buy supplies and train these things as they come up, because I think we need fine thread, yeah, and we only have coarse thread currently. So let's head to the tailoring trainer. The ambience here is so nice. Very naturey and mystical. I do really enjoy Darnassus, but people rarely come here. Here we are. Let's get some. Let's check the trainer, just in case. Whole cape. I think I'll train that just in case. But we need that for leveling. And then let's grab a stack of 20 fine thread. And then what we can do is we'll make ourselves a brand new pair of boots. Oh, I think it's the reinforced leather cape first. And then we can pop those on, sell our old boots. So yeah, that's 2 and 3 coarse thread. Yeah, let's do that, and that will use up some of our coarse thread. And it's gone yellow. Good timing. We'll sell those and the coarse thread, and then we've got 4 kilts we can do, so hopefully that'll get us to level 90. Thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. Thank you, Ryan. Let's sell these. We've got to level 90. And then we just want to disenchant these few things we have. We need some strange dust, but we ain't getting any. Well, why for art thou no strange dust? Hey, we got strange dust. We need a lot more than that. But let's see if there was anything new for us. Nice, we've got the pearl clasp cloak, which will be wool. We'll train that. And we'll train the heavy wool gloves. They'll be a very good upgrade for us, but I think that's it. Yeah. We'll be making those kilts for a while until they go green, probably. But that pearl clasp cloak is huge. It's a really good cloak. It's 3 to intellect, and we have a pearl. We need enough wool to make 1 more bolt. of wool. Which is literally one more piece. I think I set myself some pearls because I had a rather large excess on my priest. So that'll be our next goal. We can do the pearl clasp cloak. So let's just pop our things
I'm listening.
in here. Transfer those. Pop that in. Pop that in. Pop that up there. There we are. Right. It is time, guys.